G'day guys, how we going? Alright, so what we're doing in this video is installing this high fender. We're calling it high fender.
High Fender Kit, yep.
Alastair's bike, the KTM 1090. Now apparently this is, it's a TUSK product. And it's high fender kit, KTM 1090. And I think that's the 2017, which yours is. But it also does the KTM 1190 from 2014 to 2016. So we're going to try and whack it on. It also has replaces the fender guards, which I think is Acabus or Arabus or whatever.
However you say it.
Yep, that. And you've also got a new foot
pad.
Pad,
Is that what you call it? Foot pads.
Foot stand pad. Cool. Alright, so this will be hopefully step by step. Now, Alastair has the crash bars. Who made those crash bars?
Outback Motortek.
There you go, Outback Motortek crash bars on it. So there may be a little bit of modification that we need to do for this to fit on there. Alright, let's get into it. Rightio guys, so the first thing we've got to do is take off the stock fender. So there's 6 bolts, 2 here on either side and 1 at the back, and then there's a couple of clips there, and basically that should be off. Now while Alice is doing that, you may remember that we put the there was a mount thing that you could get off eBay that actually raised this stock fender by, I don't know, 35 mil or something like that, which helped with the mud getting clogged underneath the fender. When Alastair got these bars, when we put these bars on, he noticed that it raised it up and it was just getting very close to hitting on the crash bar, and I'll show you where. This part here was getting too close to here on full compression, so he actually removed that out. Yep. But now with this fender, that's going to alleviate it, and I can tell you what guys, I reckon it's really going to add to the look of the bike for sure. Yeah, cool. Alright, no stuffing around, get that bloody fender off, man.
Yep.
Rightio, so all these bolts and clips are done. I reckon this is going to be the easy part.
Yeah.
Booyah! Bloody brilliant.
It's better already.
Rightio guys, so following the instructions, we've removed that that bloody stock guard. It says to make sure you hang on to the bolts, because a few of those bolts are going to be used to put these, and these are the Arabus fork protectors, so some of those ones will be used to attach those. The word I'm trying to say, you'll all know it, but everybody says it a little bit different. Cool, alright, so now we've got to work out how to get that. There's a plate, we'll show you that now. Alright, another thing that we've got to do off the stock one is remove these 2 clips, and they'll get replaced onto these 2 holes on there. So, should be a fairly simple squash them in, pull them out. Rightio guys, so we've got these little clips out. What we used was a pair of pliers on the inside, squashed that and then pushed them out. So now to go in, we should be able to just push that in. Yeah. Ah, too easy.
Now, oh yeah, that's right.
You got it the right way?
I think so.
I don't know. I don't think it really matters.
We can spin them around anyway.
Rightio guys, so getting these in, we've got them. Obviously it's a little bit thicker plastic, so we haven't got them all the way through, but they're pretty well in there now. So we're going to leave it like that, otherwise we may end up busting it. So we're just going to play it. So if you have the struggles, that's okay, because we did too. Rightio, so now we've got to remove this plastic plate. That's the horn. There are 2, there's 2 bolts there that have to be undone. This should then come away, and then we unplug the wires off the horn, and that whole thing will come out with that horn because it's attached to this plate. Sounds good?
Sounds like a plan.
There we go.
Quarter on the way down.
Cool, so now they should come down. Oh, there's on this side here are the 2 wires there that we've got to remove.
So I think if because we've got to get this out of here. first.
Ah, right, yep. So there are 2 wires at the back, cable and wires, beautiful.
Right. Oh yeah, can you see that, Mark?
Yep, got it, yep.
They just pull off.
Yep, straight up. Use your muscles. Brilliant.
It's actually a bit of weight in that, isn't it?
Is it? Oh yeah, I suppose you know what, it'll be the horn that has most of the weight. Cool. Alright, so now what we're doing is that faceplate that we just removed, we're now just going to remove the horn out of there. While he does that, we've got to get our faceplate and the horn bracket, that's going to get screwed onto there, and then the horn's going to get screwed onto that bit there.
Okay,
We'll come back to you. Righto guys, so we're just following the instructions. So far they're being really good. So down here, this stuff, this is a rubber grommet, the washer, the bolt, and this little metal insert which goes into there is all going to get transferred from the OEM plate that we've just got and put it into this one here. Rightio guys, as per usual, whenever we bloody get this shit and it's to do with a KTM, we're just noticing little bloody differences now. Oh, where did it show where it was beveled?
You have to look closely. Oh, here.
Yeah. I don't know if we can pick this up, guys. These holes are beveled, countersunk, basically. All these holes here. But on this piece, none of the holes have been countersunk or beveled, whatever you want to call it. The screws that are going in, as you can see, want to go into a beveled area, but these don't have it. So our question to ourselves is, have they done it for a reason, not beveled, or have they been lazy, or they got forgotten? Should we bevel these ourselves or have a shot at doing it? What do you reckon?
I reckon maybe try first
without it?
See, yeah, and just see what happens.
That's what we're doing. Alright guys, so what we're doing is removing the 2 bolts out of this mount thing that holds the 2 front brake lines. Now, yeah, cool. So now we're going to put new bolts into here and ones up here to mount that plate. So that's what these bolts are going to go through. So that's the small bolts are what's going to go into where the brake line ones we just took out, and they will be up the back where we took it out for the faceplate. Now, just as a notation, they make no reference of removing those bolts out, but we see in the picture that they've removed them out. So, bloody instructions. You reckon they'd get it right, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Oh well.
Alright guys, I'll just show you what I've done here. Oh, I'm going to tip this over and all those spaces are going to come off. I've put sticky tape over those heads, which I am hoping is going to make it easy to install this. So that, yeah, there we go, we don't have to be an octopus to hold all them on. Beautiful. Alrighty guys, so obviously this is a job to be done with a friend. I think it'll make it a whole lot bloody easier. Using this sticky tape has just worked an absolute treat. So when we lifted that up, this whole thing just each of these went straight into the holes and without too much hassle to start screwing them in. So before we go any further now, we've got to hook those back onto the horn.
No, they're over there.
Yeah, and I think we've made sure that we haven't pinched. There's a little ABS cable just there. We've made sure that that was out of the way when putting that back on. Cool. Rightio guys, so we've got this on. You'll notice
mismatch.
Yeah, a mismatch of bolts. What was the problem? They weren't long enough.
They weren't long enough.
Yeah,
one was too short, and one was, yeah.
Yeah, it was mainly, the back ones were fine, it was these ones here. It's only because it wasn't beveled. So I found some bolts that we were able to, it's a mismatch, but we made it work. We did a bit of cutting of one bolt. Yeah.
It's just not pretty enough for KTM though. I'm a bit disappointed.
Well, that's it, but you've come to the man cave, so you just get...
Have to make do.
And it's never pretty when you come to the man cave. Rightio guys, so let's just pause here for a minute. Now, Alastair had concerns of you want to show him that, yeah, so this going in, and then if that was all flush and going up, you can see this fits in that groove there, but soon as the bike wants to turn, that's going to hit on, oops, sorry, on there. So his thinking is, which is correct, so if you take that out, obviously these should have been beveled and these would go straight up flush, and then that would then sit up flush on there and get screwed in. That's if you didn't have crash bars. This would all work perfectly, but I reckon they've buggered up and this should have been beveled. Now that these are popping out, this is hitting the top of that, and we've put in bigger bloody bolts here which are even taller, but that works in, for us it's not a problem, because Alastair has devised, which we'll show you in a minute, a little system for creating a little depth here, which will work with these bolts that are sticking out, and also giving us clearance here coming down a little bit. Does that sound about right?
It's a theory.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, so we'll start building this up and we'll show you what we're doing. Rightio guys, so we're talking about the clearance. So these are the bolts that are going to come, that will go through there and then attach to that base plate. And as you can see, how that's got that little filler bit there, which allows, it takes up this bit here. But these are too short, obviously, because we have those heads out there, plus we've got the clearance of the crash bar. The crash bar clearance that we need to make. So these are not going to work. So what Alastair's done is he's got his bag full of things, longer nuts, which is going through there. We've put the washer on this side, and then on the back side you can see we've got longer bits. So we're going to have some spaces in there. But the thing I wanted, what he's using plastic fuel hose, and that's what's being the filler in there. So that black hose is replacing, that black hose there is replacing that filler bit there. And it seems to, what he's done, it seems to look like it's going to work really well in actual fact. So we'll continue putting all these together. We're going to have to work out how much spaces we need in there, and then we'll come back to you. Does that sound all good?
Yep.
Cool. Alright guys, I'm just going to give you a quick look. So we've got, these are just, we're using these, they're bigger nuts than the bolts, so these are just being used as spacers. That's what we're just going to have to play around with it and see how it works. Rightio guys, with a lot of mucking around, we now have it so that this, where are we? There we go guys. So that's clearing that. We had an issue with this touching. On full tilt on this side it doesn't touch, but on full tilt this way it's
only just
yeah, but because you don't ride it full lock. If I can get in underneath here, you can see all the bolts, all the nuts that we've used as spacers. So we had nuts and washers, so 2 nuts and 2 washers, 3 washers on the front.
Yep.
Bolts, and just 2 nuts on the rear one. So to elaborate on that, that's no fault of TUSK. That's because we're putting a TUSK product on that wasn't designed to go with those crash bars. If you don't have the crash bars, this will be a walk in the park.
Yeah,
yep. Sure. What was the other? It was just the instructions were a little bit dicky, and that the face plate thing didn't have the bevel. That was a bit dodgy. Yeah. I'd call that dodgy.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But it's in this day and age. I mean, when we put the crash bars.
Yep.
The instructions.
And there were bolts missing.
Yeah. Just mass produced bloody stuff like that's going to go wrong. So obviously, if you've got a man cave or you've got some tools and bits and pieces lying around, obviously Bunnings or a hardware store is not too far away. Make sure you've got a mate.
Yep.
A mate with little fingers helps too. That's me. I can get in the little makes it a lot easier. All right, so now we're going to put on the fork protectors, and we're hoping for a real easy job. Rightio guys, so we've got these front fork covers now put on. It wasn't as simple as what we first thought, but we worked it out. So we have this plate here that goes, gets using the OEM screws straight into the original mounting bloody bit. Then this comes around and these slot straight down, and then bloody you screw these through. There's a little metal sleeve you've got to put in first. But we do have an issue, and that is, I don't know if you can see it, we've got that, hang on, get it so that it's there you go. So you got that bolt very close to that, but down, there it is, that there is actually touching on there. So what we're going to do is get a bit of hose to bridge that, so that it will be hose touching on it. If we cut this off, that would mean that the one up here would then move and start scratching on that chrome section there. So we're going to put some hose in there, and then that'll be a done deal.
Yep, that's a plan.
So not perfect, not bloody, you know.
It's not perfect, is it?
No, no. But it's going to do the job. Just adding that bit of, I think what they should have done was had a plastic cap that had a thread that you could just screw on the end of that bottom one, which would then hold that out. Right. This just all comes down to tolerances. You know, their first prototype works out that it's bloody just smicko, and then down the track things go out a little bit, and that's all we'll say. It's going to do the job. It definitely looks the bloody...
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll show you soon. Rightio guys, so just quickly show you what we did. So just using a bit of fuel hose, I cut a piece off and get this to go in there. There you go. I'll just put it on there, and then when you tighten it up, it pushes that rubber against there, and so it won't come loose now. And I'll just stop making a mark on there. Cool. Rightio guys, we're on the last leg. We're just going to quickly put this new foot stand pad on. So he's getting his old one off, which he's bent and broken, but it was still working.
I've had rubber in there holding it together.
Yeah. So this is what's going to replace it. Basically this one here. So, but it looks a whole lot more robust, if that's what I could say.
KTM worthy.
KTM worthy. Yeah, but is it shiny enough? I don't think it's shiny enough. Righty go guys, before we go too much further, I've got to work out, I'll tell you, Alistair's going to tell you the prices. So, and that was for the guard?
For the High Fender Kit, which included the brackets, the fork protectors, the whole lot.
Yep.
Plus the TUSK foot pad.
Yep.
Was and shipping from the US was $206 Australian.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was
so
it.
That's not too bad.
No, that's pretty good actually. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's worth it just for the looks, I reckon.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get this bloody pad on.
Get rid of the old.
Nice. Rightio guys, so the kickstand pad is on. TUSK. Little bit fiddly whacking it on. You can lean that over, man. Because there's all individual spaces, so, but yeah, the spacer for this one, it was too close to the end, so there's no spacer on that one, but the rest all have spacers. What do you reckon, Pooks? Pretty good? Excellent. Rightio guys, I've got it out here, and it just looks awesome. It really has added to the, I mean, it was already a good looking bike. I mean, there's no two ways about it.
I mean, I wasn't sure how it was going to look with the crash bars as well.
Yeah, but no,
with that under the crash bar, but I think it works.
It works, yeah, absolutely. No problem whatsoever. Done well. Rightio guys, so that's it. That's the high fender on the bloody KTM 1090.
I'm wrapped.
Yeah,
really wrapped. Yeah.
It was anything like this. It's always you got to tinker and bloody.
It's actually taken us quite a while.
Yeah, it's been hours. Yeah, absolutely. But we got there in the end, as per usual. All right, guys, keep on riding. And if you ain't riding, just keep on keeping on.